Hi, it's Susan. Welcome. Today, I wanted to talk about three poses that I like to do daily if I can. If you have just a little bit of time, you can kind of fit them in there. They are three kind of poses that have like targeted stretch that I feel like is very holistic and helps you kind of tap into the entire body in just a little bit of time. So, if you need any kind of grounding before you get started, and this is just very gentle, stretchy poses. Will hold a little bit longer. And so you just maybe just take a few breaths to just ground on your mat. Eyes can be open or closed. Hand at heart, hand at belly. That resonates. And just taking a few breaths here, maybe elongating the exhale for a few more counts. So let's say you inhale for four, count of four. Maybe you exhale for a count of 6 or 8. Allowing ourselves to arrive on our mat and calm our nervous system. And then we can take a big breath in, open the mouth, big breath out. If you like to do any solar practice here, feel free. If you like to work out, this is kind of a nice stretch to do after working out too, or these few poses. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Blocks are handy if you have some. So you can go through anything you'd like. If you want to do a few rounds of cow cats and tabletop or stretching out or coming into a downward facing dog, whatever feels good to you. I will cue for coming in from a downward facing dog. Maybe you take some movements here. And then maybe we inhale that right leg to the sky. We'll come forward to our runner's lunge. And then we'll land on that back knee. And so low lunge is something really good to do, especially if we're seated all day, working, driving a lot in a car. And you can stay here. You can also use blocks, like I said. You can also come up onto that right thigh with the hands. You can also add in some other options here, maybe a bind, take a strap. I can show you. Take a strap here, add a little more heart opening. You can take opposite hand to opposite elbow with right elbow on top. You can do right thumb on top. You can also add a little bit more, which I like to do, into the hips and legs. So we plant that left palm either on the earth or a block on the inside of that right foot. And then if it feels okay on the knees, just check in with the knees. We'll bend that back knee, reach around with the strap or maybe the hand. And I really like to feel this. This is a really nice quad stretch in front of that left thigh. And just try to breathe here for at least a few rounds of breath. And then whatever variation you chose. And then just gently release when you're ready. If you like to do chaturanga or anything like that, feel free. Otherwise, you can just tap the toes, set it back to downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg to the sky. Exhale it through to a runner's lunge. And then just land on that back knee again. And so feel free to just stay grounded with the hands on earth or blocks. When we walk up that thigh. And maybe we add that bind if we did that on the right. So strap, maybe left elbow, left thumb. Maybe we take that right hand to the earth or block and that right knee feels okay, reach around with the strap for that left hand. I really like to teach this, maybe not this variation, but at least a low lunge. um, every yoga class I teach, I really feel like it's an integral part of releasing the day in today's world. So we'll go ahead and let that go. And you can come through whatever like, maybe some cat cows, maybe that vinyasa through chaturanga, maybe we press it back to a child's pose, whatever feels good. And then we'll just make our way to seated, whatever you um, chose to embark on. We'll meet in our seat. And so, second pose I like to do every day, and I feel like it's so just so needed, is a dragonfly. So taking the legs wide. And I can show another option if this literally just is very uncomfortable and very, very painful. We can always do butterfly instead. We can stay upright here, just breathing, or you can begin to walk forward. You can also, if you have blocks, you can rest. And this one I try to hold a little bit longer. And settle into the discomfort a little bit for me. This is a place where I find my hips very, very tight. So just allowing whatever sensation, feelings, experience to just happen. And just breathe. Maybe we come back to that breath. Inhaling, let's say, do a count of 4 or 6. And we'll exhale. Count of 6, 8, 10. Just really elongating that out breath. I'm going to take a few more breaths here. And again, if this was not in our practice, we could always take a butterfly with soles of feet together and knees go wide. This just feels really good right now. So maybe I'll actually do another video showing you butterfly, but I think you probably understand what I'm saying. Just take a couple more breaths, just settling in here. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. And then go ahead and carefully move our blocks if we had them. Gently grab underneath of the knees. And if it feels good, we can take the feet as wide as the mat, kind of like windshield wiper the legs a little bit, and just release all that out. And then we'll bring legs forward. So I'll shift this way so you can see. And it might be a little better if I face forward again, but I'll just show you for right now. So we'll have our legs extended. And now coming into our third and final of Gomukhasana, our cow face pose. And it's a good place to have a strap handy too. So I'll bend that right knee, let it cross up and over, and then let that foot go over as far as comfortable. And then we can stay here in half, called half shoelace, or we can also bend into that right knee and bring that, or into that left knee and bring that left heel close to that right hip. So I'll switch here so you can see. And just check in with your sitting bones. Are they both grounded? If not, we might have to adjust our legs a little bit here. And so if we just want to kind of enjoy this feeling that we're feeling in like our hips, thighs, we can just stay here and just focus on like what we call shoelace and yin. Otherwise, we can go into Gomukhasana, and you can do that with a strap, or without. So option one, we'll take that left arm to the sky and bend the elbow. Right palm can come to the left elbow. We can breathe here. You can also have a strap dangling behind, and then we reach around with the other hand and we walk fingers towards each other. Otherwise, if you have the bind where fingers find each other, you can take that as well behind. And just breathing here, growing tall and long. And so when I put these three poses together, it just feels so good, even if I just need, if I did work out or if I didn't get a really full workout, I'm feeling a little tight, need to kind of like de-stress. It's like they get into the hips where I feel like we carry a lot of energy and emotions, but I also feel like adding in this pose also kind of helps release some in the heart, the shoulders, the upper body as well. Same thing if we take a variation in the low lunge. I'll just take a big breath in and a big breath out. We'll go ahead and carefully release. Uncross. So this time we'll keep that right leg extended. We'll bend that left knee, cross it up and over. So left foot goes over. Stay here or bend. And then check in with those sitting bones. Make sure everything feels okay in the knees. One side might feel a little different than the other. It does for me. And so we can just stay here, just inviting in these sensations. Or we can add in the arms. So we take right arm to the sky, left palm to right elbow. You can reach around for the strap if we have it dangling, or fingers finding each other. Just, just settling into our breath. Maybe eyes open or closed. And these are also poses you can do. And, when you're listening to your favorite music or, watching your favorite TV show too. So can fit them in whenever. Just after a couple more breaths here. And go ahead and release. You can extend the legs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, just gently fold over both. I like to bend my knees a lot here. And just can reach for the toes if that feels good, or use a strap. I like to really breathe into my low back here instead of folding super deeply. And then whenever you're done, you can lie down in a Shavasana on your mat. You can just come to a comfortable seat. Maybe you take a support item, a cushion, bolster, block, blanket underneath. And we can just maybe take opposite hand to heart, opposite hand to belly from the beginning. And just honoring yourself for taking some time out for you. And take a big breath in and a big breath out through the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully see you on the next video, and sending you all my love.